G'day, welcome to 5 Minutes at 5 with Gavin, myself. Well, today's video is the last one for this week. This week is a bit of a short week. Tomorrow is Good Friday and we're having a service tomorrow on Zoom. If you're not a part of our congregation but would like to be a part of our services both on Friday, Good Friday, and Sunday, Resurrection Sunday, in our description of YouTube there'll be links for the Zoom accounts so that you can be a part of them. Well, today I'm thinking about chaos and order. In previous videos I've talked about seas and being anchored to seas, and I've talked about that kind of chaos. And in the Genesis story, at the beginning of the Bible, there's this story of God bringing order out of chaos and then dwelling with Adam and Eve in the garden. This place where God and humanity dwell together. And it's good. And yet, as we all do, there's a disruption for Adam and Eve. And then they leave that garden and go into a place of wilderness, a place of chaos. That's how the Bible starts. And all the way through the Bible, we have these moments of order and chaos. And moments where God chooses to dwell amongst us, in amongst chaos, which brings order. Now, the ultimate story where God brings order out of chaos is in the New Testament. And the writer, John, makes this really clear. In John chapter 1, he talks about it here. He says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made. In him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." Well, later on, Jesus says, "I am the Word." John is talking about Jesus being there at the very beginning. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Hang on, where did Holy Spirit come in? When Genesis chapter 1, it talks about Ruah, the breath, the Spirit, the wind, and that's often used to describe the Spirit, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, at the beginning of time, and a place of order and chaos. It talks about Jesus being light. And the Gospel of John talks about there being light and darkness, another imagery for chaos. A religious leader named Nicodemus comes to meet with Jesus, and he meets with him at night, and he questions him at night in the darkness. Later on in chapter 8, Jesus says, "I am the light to the world." He brings light. It's interesting, at the end of the Gospel of John, after Jesus has died on the cross, Nicodemus appears again, but not in the darkness, in the daytime. And here's the one that pays for Jesus to be buried. And it's just beautiful. It's another picture of God restoring us and bringing order out of chaos. It's a wonderful thing what God is doing for us. There's so much going on at the moment. There's so much chaos. But in the midst of it, Jesus, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit are conquering it. And it's dealt with through the cross. Not just his death, but his resurrection. I mean, ultimately, it's the resurrection where the ultimate power is. Death has been conquered. There is no more death. There's no more darkness. There's no more sea. There's no more beasts. There's no more chaos. And we look forward to that hope. So I hope that you can join us this weekend to honour that and to celebrate that and to sit with that. Well, I hope that's helpful. I look forward to seeing you soon. Go well.